we look at the past, I would hope we can get inspired by looking at the craftsmanship and looking at the details and long to build better because we see beautiful things like this. Charles and Henry Greene. They're amazing architects. Most of their work's in California, in Pasadena, where they built the ultimate bungalow. Anybody been to the Gamble House in California? I just did a video on it. It is a mecca. You've got to go. It's a religious experience. They attended trade school, so they actually were trained as craftsmen how to build things. And then they went out to California because their parents had moved out there for health reasons. They stopped in Chicago and see the Hoden exhibition, greatly influenced by it, and we'll see it in their houses. This is the Gamble House. This is the house in California. What was the movie that was Back to the Future? If you've seen that movie, Doc Watson's garage thing is the garage for the Gamble House, and so you'll see that, and it's very famous. Beautiful house. This is called the Ultimate Bungalow. They did a number of bungalow houses or craftsman style houses out in California. There's a number of unique details that they do. Now, one of them is that the houses are meant to grow up out of the ground. You'll see that at the lower level of these houses, they have rocks, and then the rocks turn into clinker bricks, and then these things come out. You're going to see this cloud lift pattern, which is that Japanese cloud lift detail. You'll see it here. The timbering that they do here is very reminiscent of the Hoden. A lot of sleeping porches. This is a kick-ass house. This is the interior of it, right? That's right. Notice too how they've got this beam going around here, and then these beams going up and tie into it, very similar to the Hoden. But the woodwork in here is just freaking awesome. As a woodworker, I can say that. This house at one point was going to get bulldozed, and then at another point they were going to go in, but they wanted to paint all the woodwork white. They didn't, but that was the story on this until they kind of figured out what they had. Now they're greatly appreciated and everything else, but it's amazing woodwork and workmanship, very reminiscent of that Japanese craftsmanship that would have been in that Hoden. But yeah, no, they're just fantastic houses. There's the front door, right? I told you to remember that image, right? This, in my opinion, is that, right? And so the beams that go up and the things that tie together, I think they got a lot of their inspiration from that Hoden that they incorporated into this house. If you go there, Pasadena, there's walking tours that you can go on and walk around to see other out. This is the Duncan Irwin house. So the Gamble house in like 1909. I think it's their last big house, and the Gambles are the Procter and Gamble. So the Gambles had a lot of money, and so they were able to do kind of awesome stuff. This is the Irwin house, is a little bit earlier. Notice that the same ideals and same details are going on there. These are the plans. You can find them on the Historic American Building Surveys. Look at that little lift detail. Like, where did they come up with that, right? But again, here you see the stones coming up out of the thing, the clinker bricks, right? These houses are meant to be very grounded. They're meant to kind of grow up out of the land, meant to be very organic, very simple, very honest, right? You see all those ideals there.